butter, I count it like hustle the money all in. Rhyming the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk, you can hear it. Hearing all about how they want me to lose, but I'm W, due for a win. One the one missing it up, one the one missing it in. One on one messing with kick. One on one and that's it. Come to the spot, I got one on one pieces and all of them cost me a grip. Come to the US. Good service, I'm ready to tip. You know when I'm hip, I don't got a chip. You know I ain't no little bit of shit.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, it's David Aldridge. Looking at Boston, they want to turn it around after the loss to Chicago. Now, here's Brown. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Williams. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Offensive rebound. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. He noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this. And one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
You love how Tatum gets others involved. He doesn't want to do it all by himself out there.
Pass to McCain. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Outside, White. Back to Tatum. And the layup's good off the glass. Tatum's got 5.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
Pass to Mitchell. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing. Jason Tatum grabs the board.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
How about Tatum there with the finish with some authority above the rim?
Here's Williams following the bucket by the Celtics. Mitchell with it. He's picked up by White. To the paint, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Down low.
Expertly executed pick and roll by Porzingis, dropping into a good scoring position right off the screen.
Pass to Smith. Mitchell wide open. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Embiid. No good, unable to end this run. Celtics leading by 5. Right, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Smith on the wing. Fires for 3. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
And he's good on the second. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to McCain. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Pritchard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mitchell outside. To the inside. As he pulls it in.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Pritchard. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Celtics lead.
The Celtics, 16.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So the wing on the left. Mitchell outside. Great D that time from Beal. Celtics leading by 4. Here's Walsh. Pass to Pritchard. For the 3. Here's Bassett. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
The 3 finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Pass to McCain. For 3, Mitchell finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
What a response by Mitchell. He takes those 3 points right back.
And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. Launches it. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Bona. Back to Mitchell. The tray. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Mitchell's got 5 points now this quarter. Inside. Here's Walsh. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Williams. 76ers trailing. Here's McCain. Hits it from three-point range. McCain's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Mashburn. To the middle. Here's Walsh. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
And Boston with the rebound. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Williams. Here's Philadelphia. They've got an 8-0 run. Sabonis feeling it out a bit.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Bona. Here's McCain. Misses the 3. Boston trailing. Here's Pritchard. Banked in off the glass. Pritchard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Right side, Williams. Pass to McCain. To the wing right side. Got a hand on it. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Now, here's Sabonis. Still yet to score. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Stewart. Nice D from Porzingis. Celtics passing it around. Sinks the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
Well, the thing is, you got to be very careful when Porzingis gets that catch-and-shoot game working.
And Stewart gets it to go.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Grimes. Now Stewart. Mitchell in the corner. He gets it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics out in front, leading by 4. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's Marbury. Nothing on the board. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Grimes. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Stewart misses. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 4. Offensive rebound. Here's Tatum. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Here's Grimes. In the corner, it's Martin. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Drills it from outside. Mitchell's got the first basket of the second half here for the 76ers. Outside, Porzingis.
Philadelphia foul. Stewart. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. And the dunk by Stewart.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
What a confident attack by White, finding his shot on the move.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hard-working. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Now here's Brown. Good on the triple. And now a 6-point Boston lead.
Lots of development work has gone into Brown's three-pointer.
Right side, Williams. Here's McCain. He's got 6. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Embiid. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Boston leading by 6. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense. As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. And that's his territory.
Here's Tatum. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Here's Grimes. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Grimes goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
There's Beal with the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Stolen. Outside Tatum. Got a piece of it. Pass to Pritchard. 5 on the clock. Beal, that's for 2. Fast break, Philadelphia. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Grimes. And Tatum pulls it down.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Embiid. No good with the layup. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace.
The Celtics, 41.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Boston leading by 9. Here's Pritchard with the drive, and they pick up 2. Pritchard's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Boston. Embiid wide open from way outside. Joel Embiid.
Come on, Joel Embiid. I mean, 7-footers are not supposed to shoot like that.
Embiid with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Pass to Pritchard. Martin with the block. Williams scanning the floor. Now here is Smith. Here's McCain. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's a 2 from Smith. As he pulls it in. The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Walsh. Makes it off the glass. Walsh has got his first basket of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Smith. And here's Martin. Now here's Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
That 3 off the mark.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
It's Martin on the wing. Here's McCain. Wide open look. And that one swishes right in.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Good on the three-point shot. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Mitchell outside. Three-pointer. And it's rebounded by Mashburn.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
The 76ers trailed by 12. Outside, Martin. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. For 3, Mitchell knocks down the 3-ball.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
Celtics on offense. Outside for Beal. Here's Mashburn. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. Mashburn's got 6 in the quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Celtics.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
And, Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Down by 15. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Another miss by Philadelphia. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. White, wide open. He fires. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was